Bigbossjock. Day 134 of the protest. Episode 84 of the radio show. Mighty 750 kilohertz AM. Soy yo, el gran jefe. Al entro a mí nuestro único Dios, nuestro Señor. Él es quien me ayuda a hacer esa rima y yo digo gracias a nuestro Señor, nuestro único Dios. Nuestro único Dios, nuestro Señor. Emitiendo vivo y directo Radio Rebelde. Transmitiendo por la frecuencia 750 kilohertz AM. So where we going with the topic? Well, let's think about this. You people are sure living in a strange time. I'm speaking to you, the generation that was born in 2000, you, the youngsters that are 18, 16, 12, the children, the young adults. You have been born into a world. Well, look, I'd say look in the mirror. You wouldn't understand because you see what you see out there. So to describe what's going on and have you understand can be quite difficult because you've been programmed. You can't see clearly. Looking at someone such as, and I'll pick you out, there's a couple. They've been highlighted. Jazz, he's going to get his new vagina with his new breasts. Juliet, that's the brother of the national anthem singer who got his new vagina on the day that Donald was being inaugurated. That's why he couldn't go to the event, the big ball with them all. Yeah, he needed to go get his new vagina that day. And so every time the national anthem is mentioned about Donald's inauguration, well, then throw in Juliet and his new vagina he was getting assigned. And then there's, of course, the one who leads them all, and that would be Bruce. He's on the Wheaties box with the jogging shorts. And somehow you people are looking at that because the 6 corporations are giving you a light show, MK Ultra colors and programming words to go with the production, the programmation. Step away and take a look. What do you see? You see a healthy individual psychologically when you see Bruce talking? For some reason you do, and you see that as admirable. And I know the reason. The canned clapping, the canned ah and ooh, wow, the canned admiration for the idols, the deception leading to the people practicing idol worshiping. If you were to watch the show, and let's say all of us, the public, the technology wasn't what it is today. They were only allowed to use what was there in 1972. And you had the same discussion. Look at what would be the impression. Well, you can't look. Imagine in your minds. Well, you'd have a difficult time because many of you don't understand what technology was around in 1972. It prevented much of the deception of what we're seeing today that came along with technology. Being abused, subliminal programming, that's what's being used through the technological advances. The digital pixels. Oh, it's quite a deception. Could be described as evil. That's what the people are seeing on the screen. The pagan symbols. Watch today. Okay, y'all know which show. I said y'all. I don't like to y'all. No, both groups do that. There's two colors on a domino and they both y'all. And I'm not going to y'all. I did watch a show. You, the Synthonia audience, do know if you're a regular, you're part of the Synthonia, so you must be. And the other there, the audience, been watching for some months. Well, we aren't watching, we're listening. This is a radio program. That's right, I'm listening also. Listening to my voice. Being broadcasted out here in the air, everywhere, anywhere anyone has a radio. Picking me up at 750 kilohertz AM. The show is named The View. And the reason I watch that show that's directed towards women, has the tranny man leading them. Lately, I noticed that at the Women's March 17, or the Women's Day, I don't know, something to counter Donald being at the podium. Yeah, the tranny man was leading the way. It wasn't Bruce that day, but the person talked. Bruce might have been out there. If you want to see an example of multiple personality, which is identity disorder, dissociation. If you think about the title, dissociation identity, dissociative identity disorder, it's because the person can't handle what happens. And they disassociate from the core identity, creating another one. The other one is what happened, the events. That's who suffered the abuses. Their core identity lives in denial, pretending that none of that ever happened. Problem is, the friend they create inside themselves, that usually goes by their middle name, takes control, takes hold of the wheel. And if they can't, what would be described as addiction, those type of feelings, cravings, urges, if the core identity can't control those urges, which very few people can, they dive into what the middle name decides for them to do that day, that night, that moment. That, again, destroys their life. Well, not completely. This sure causes them a lot of pain. But anyone who knows them, well, how long is it going to be? And eventually they'll go and do exactly almost the same, because events do vary some, but right along the same line. And they fall into the trap the same way. This is dissociative identity disorder. And many of you know people such as that. And you yourselves are, without acknowledging that. Dissociative identity disorder. This is what's being programmed to the population. Such as me out here with this sign. And there's two of them, back to back. So I get four sides and all. Such as this being tolerated in this Yankee nation known as the Empire. Well, it reflects on the society. Almost a half a year. Egregious offenses by public officials. Torture. Torture that's unheard of on your programs. You don't hear on the speakers beside the screen. Nor is it depicted on the screen. The torture that I'm describing. How often in any of your episodes of different shows was it depicted needles going through testicles? I mean, there's a scrotum. puncturing the testicle, going out the other side, hooking up electroshock, scream, scream another time. No, this is acceptable. This community does not care, and it's reflective of Yankee society. I stood over by the freeway a couple days. People from other places have seen this sign. They don't give a care. I'm still out here. Bigbossjock. Beside of me, our one only God, Allah, Father in heaven. This is who helps me do this rhyme. And I do say to our one only God, thank you. Soy yo, gran jefe. Al entro a mí, nuestro único Dios, nuestro Señor. Es quien me ayuda a hacer esa rima. Y yo digo a nuestro único Dios, gracias. Firmando fuera.